He is an expert in both legal matters and information technology, specializing in computer forensics, cybercrime electronic evidence, e-commerce, and digital ethics. All these are essential assets in bridging the digital gap and advancing various digital transformation initiatives in the government's pursuit to attain digital inclusivity.
The Philippines is such a beautiful country. And when you speak to all the different tourists who come to the Philippines, they're actually so enthralled by the beauty, by the culture, by the friendliness of our people. This is what we need to tell the whole world. And connectivity will be key to evangelize to the whole world. However, one big challenge that we have is because of our geographic location and the nature of our archipelago, it's really difficult to get all of them connected. Because of the lack of connectivity, the digital divide is very pronounced, especially in those what we call GIDA areas.
Nakakaranas din po kami ng pagpunta pa lang sa area nila, may mga landslide.
Kabila po ay bangin, yung kabila po is bundok. Just in case na konting pagkakamali lang po talaga ng driver na sinasakyan mo is talagang napakadelikado. Talagang hindi po kinaya ng aming sasakyan, kaya dumating po yung time na talagang naghanap po kami kung sino po ang pwede po sa amin na tumulong na makasakay po kami ng 4x4 o anumang motor na makarating lamang po sa lugar po ng site na dapat namin puntahan.
So yung mga hirap na dinadanas namin, nilalakad namin ng katulad nito, na daan na yan, na kung saan ilang minuto, ilang oras, tumatawid kami ng isla, naglalakad kami sa bundok para lang makabitan namin ng internet yung mga barangay na kung saan nangangailangan dito at nang makasabay sila sa internet sa kapatagan.
Nakakawala naman ng pagod yung ganitong trabaho, lalo na pagka nandun na kami sa isang site at na-install na namin ang VSAT dahil nakikita namin yung saya ng komunidad or barangay na nagpapasalamat din sila dahil sa sobrang layo ng area nila, liblib na lugar, nakukuha namin magtiyaga para puntahan sila at installan ng Wi-Fi.
Malaking tulong po ito, lalong-lalo na po yung mga estudyante namin. Dito po sila gumawa ng kanilang mga assignment.
Ito po labis namin pinasasalamatan ng aking mga kabarangay dahil po kami naghihirap mag-connect ng internet at magpasa sa kabayanan kung saan man po may mga transa kami.
Once you see those deployment in those areas, in the community, suddenly, parang biglang nabigyan ng ilaw, no? Matagal nang nakakandila lang sila. And then suddenly, they have light. And they can access not just the Philippines, they can access the world.
Our guest tonight, the Department of Information and Communications Technology Chief. Welcome in person, Secretary Ivan John Uy. Magandang gabi po and welcome to our show.
Thank you very much, Angelique.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for giving us also the time.
Okay, let's have a seat, please. And let's talk about, first of all, your award. Kayo pala yung nabigyan ng isang award dito sa Asia. Ang tawag dito, Asia's Influential Awards for Influential Lead in ICT Innovation. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The award recognizes leadership, in the field of bringing about these new technologies, and how these new technologies, this new innovation is changing the game. The Philippines has really been in the lead, in innovation and in adopting many of these technologies to transform society, to transform governance.
And how are you naman enjoying your job as Secretary of the ICT?
Oh, I'm like fish in water.
Yes, truly.
Yes.
It looks like it.
Yes, it's always been my advocacy and my aspiration that with all the transformative capability of what technology can do to really improve our lives, to bring about prosperity, to lift people out of poverty. that my aspiration is really to utilize this technology in order to bring that aspiration to fruition. And this is, I think, the perfect opportunity with the leadership of our President, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., in emphasizing digitalization as one of his primary objectives, to utilize this digitalization in order to bring about true transformation. So President Duterte was the one who appointed the first secretary for the DICT. So we're just a 7-year-old department. And so there's a lot of reorganization and a lot of housekeeping that needed to be done.
But you've been streamlining government services.
Yes.
There's this e-governance.
Right.
Kamusta na yung
We're doing very, very good work there in that area. So, in the past, what's been happening is that the ICT projects and programs have been done in silos. So, each department doing their own, and there's no coordination. There's no communication at all. So the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. So because of that, what happens is that because of this siloed development, there's a disparity in the data. So you would be surprised how come when you apply to this government agency, the data is not the same as when it's with the other government agency, when those two government agencies are supposed to link up. And so what we're doing now is we're harmonizing. We are putting all of these different silos and integrate them into a platform that where they can now share data. It's a very challenging job.
So should it be standardized?
It should be standardized. It should be harmonized.
For all agencies?
For all agencies. So that data can be free-flowing. So it's a big job, and but our officials and the DICT are doing a very, very good job in coordinating and getting all these departments on board. Of course, there are...
Must be a daunting task.
Extremely daunting. Not to mention, you have issues of turfs. Obviously, you know.
Territorio ng ganito.
Yeah, so this is our turf. Don't touch us. We want to do it
this way.
And we want to do it.
This works for us. So
right. And so don't bother us. But so the president had to issue a directive. Now all of you have to work with the ICT because I want a government that is streamlined, that is interoperable, that's working together. All the developments in the technology, we need to make sure that we have a very strong and current digital workforce.
Saan mapapanood ang PTV?
Sa bawat sulok ng Pilipinas.
Reaching millions of Filipinos across the country through the power of terrestrial TV.
Abot na abot namin ang mga Pilipino para sa tapat na balita at impormasyon.
Dito'y Cordillera, kan entero ang Luzon. Da kami, timapang namnamaan.
Sa aton sa Visayas, wala kami mapugong sa pagpaabot sa unsang hitabo.
Dini sa saad nga yuta, Mindanao, PTV, pirmi maminaw para sa paghatod sa balita.
Broadcasting in Luzon, PTV4 Manila, PTV8 Cordillera, PTV4 Naga, and PTV4 Palawan. In the Visayas, PTV11 Cebu, PTV10 Dumaguete, PTV2 Guimaras, PTV8 Tacloban, and PTV12 Calbayog. And in the heart of Mindanao, PTV11 Davao City, PTV8 Cotabato, PTV7 Zamboanga, PTV11 Sibugay, PTV11 Pagadian, PTV48 Davao del Norte, and PTV8 Agusan del Sur. PTV Regional Network, buong katapatang naghahatid ng balitang maaasahan para sa inyong pambansang TV. ang mga may init na balitang tumatak ngayong linggo sa mundo ng sports.
Siya ang national record holder ng names and faces noong 2013. Siya ay kilala bilang leading memory improvement expert. Ang mga kasama ko ay si Miss Anne Bernadette Bonita.
Ang memory sports ay tinatawag din na mind sports. Ito ay laro ng patalasan ng isip or ng ating memorya.
Ang ating mga professional engineers ng bansa mula sa iba't ibang disiplina ay nagtipon-tipon upang kilalanin at ipagdiwang ang kahalagahan ng sports sa pamamagitan ng World Engineering Day.
PTV Sports, ngayong Sabado, alas 4:30 ng hapon. Dito lang sa PTV.
Good morning, I'm Jose de Lioro Bien of First Kagawad of Barangay Balilit, Dagami, Leyte. Una-una, naging problema namin to access the internet is the financial. Kasi wala kaming perang pang sariling connection or magpa-connect sa tindahan man lamang para sa Wi-Fi. Nalaman ko na meron palang programa ang DICT na magkakaroon ng free Wi-Fi for all. Sa bawat barangay o munisipyo, meron silang benepisyo. Naniniwala ako, ito ay isang programa ng ating gobyerno na madali o makakatulong sa ating barangay. It's more accessible to communicate our relatives and friends to other municipalities or places. Ang tulong o benepisyo na nagawa ng free Wi-Fi is tatlo: time, money, and effort. Money, you can save money without connecting to others' Wi-Fi connection. And effort, hindi ka napupunta doon sa tindahan para magbayad ka para magpa-connect. And effort, hindi ka maglalakad ng ilang kilometro para makakonect. Punta ka lang sa barangay para sa free Wi-Fi. Malaki po itong tulong sa aming barangay, lalo-lalo na sa pagkonekta namin sa aming minamahal. Thank you, DICT Free Wi-Fi for All program. Salamat po.
What would be like the priority programs of your governance here in this department?
Well, instructions ni President is many areas. First is connectivity. Because we are an archipelago with more than 7,000 islands, we really need to get connectivity out there. Not just in the urban areas, in the cities, but really out there. Because otherwise, that causes an economic divide and a digital divide.
Okay, pag-usapan natin yung digital divide sa ating bansa. How are you bridging this gap now? Kasi yung iba nga, nakwento nyo, nandun sa mga liblib na lugar. They have to hike to the center of town para lamang
several days. Yeah, several days of hiking. Yeah. Across rivers, creeks, and
ngayon,
mountains.
You're the one hiking and crossing creeks to get to them.
Right.
And what do you bring to them?
Well, we bring connectivity. So we bring our free Wi-Fi program, our broadband ng masa program. So connectivity, some of them, we use satellite communications na kinakarga namin, backpack to those locations and then install them there.
What's it called? Geographically
isolated and disadvantaged areas.
Mga gidas.
Right. Nung nakarating ako doon, walang roads eh. We had to take motorcycles and go to those areas in order to put up those And with the developments now of technology, the rapid developments of technology, the gap will even be further.
Yes.
So we need to get connectivity out there. And we're doing that aggressively, not only by government, but partnering with the private sector, putting up less regulations, easing up the applications for permits, for licenses, so that the private sector can deploy better and faster and cheaper in the remote areas. At the same time, we're also partnering with newer technologies, satellite communication.
Starlink.
Yes, one of them. So that way we'll be able to deploy in the islands without putting up too much
hardware
cost on infrastructure, because laying out those submarine cables is very expensive, and then it ends up in an island where the population is small and doesn't have the economic activity that will justify the cost of paying for those submarine cables. But putting up a satellite system would work, much less cost, and we're able to achieve the same purpose. So connectivity is that you have to wait until the government offices are open before you can go and file. But now we can do it online.
Right.
So it's more convenient, and then lesser opportunities for corruption, because lesser opportunities for face-to-face transactions.
Yes.
Diyan nagkakaroon ng ng negotiation when you have face-to-face transactions. That the computers do the transactions. They're objective. They're machines. You cannot bribe the machines.
Yes.
And the machines won't have the discretion to
negotiate with you.
Right. Or to make ipit your papers.
Yes.
All the developments in the technology, we need to make sure that we have a very strong and current digital workforce. Because if our workforce are not attuned to the skill sets that are needed for this next decades up to the next century, we will be left behind. So we need to upgrade, we need to retool, reskill our workforce to be attuned to the new technologies in this digital age. So these are training in AI, in Internet of Things, in 3D printing, in blockchain, in cybersecurity, and all of these. So upskilling. And we have that opportunity because we have a very young workforce. Our workforce is average age about 24, 25 years old. So this will be the workforce in the next 20 to 30 years.
Register na yung mga SIM cards, ano? Pero despite that, ano pa rin, parang pinapasok pa rin sila ng mga links via cellphone, kuminsan via email. Anong naging paraan kung bakit nagagawa pa rin ito ng mga scammer, gayong registered naman daw ang mga SIM cards?
Well, marami ngayon ng mga scammers nag-shift to
technology.
Oo. Instead of using text, they're using WhatsApp, they're using Telegram, they're using all the other platforms na hindi kailangan ng SIM card. So, Messenger, kung makita mo, marami ka na-receive ng Messenger. WhatsApp, marami, no? Ito, you don't need a SIM card. Those who are still using SIM cards, may natatanggap pa rin tayo, pero not as much as before. Ang ginagamit nila is pre-registered SIM from legitimate users who are willingly selling their credentials. So they're exploiting the poor in order to do this. So we are working now with the telcos on solving this issue and eventually plugging this hole.
Si Kapitan Ricardo Fernandez. Ako po ang kasalukuyang punong barangay dito sa barangay ng Payanas. Alam po dito sa aming barangay ay lubhang napakahirap mag-access po sa internet. So halimbawa po, itong aking barangay ay nag-aantay ng mga impormasyon galing sa lokal ng pamahalaan sa bayan ng Torrijos ay hindi ko kagad-agad na mapakinabangan. At isa pa po yung sa aking mga kababarangay na mga estudyante, mga mag-aaral, pupunta doon sa mga lugar na malakas ang signal upang mag-research ng kanilang mga project. Nalaman ko po ito dahil ang tauhan ng DICT ay nagsadya po dito sa aking barangay upang ipaalam nila na isa daw po kami sa napili na barangay upang mabigyan ng libreng wifi. Ay talagang napakabilis po naman at na-access po naman namin yung aming pong mga hinahanap sa internet. ang inaasahan ko po dito ay lalo pang mapatagal. Pagkos ito po sana ay maging pangmatagalan para mapakinabangan ng aming mga kababayan, lalo tigit po ang aking mga kabarangay na estudyante. So ngayon po, nung nagkaroon ng programa ang DICT, na-access na po namin ang mahalagang impormasyon na nanggagaling po sa lokal na pamahalaan dito sa aming bayan ng Torrijos, at lalo tigit po ang mga kabataan o estudyante ay nakikinabang po dito. Isang pagbati po sa DICT sa kanila pong programa, at kami po isa sa kanilang napili. Salamat DICT Free Wi-Fi for All program.
Talagang may increase cyber attacks and cyber criminal activities worldwide. The reason na yung nakikita na yung target yung government agencies is only for the shame.
Ako si Daryl Oclares mula sa Mandaluyong City. Naalala ko pa nung panahon na nag-apply ako sa PTV. Actually, hindi talaga reporter yung na-applyan ko. I applied as a audio library assistant, and then they saw my resume. Recommend ako as a writer. And then during my interview, nakapasok ako sa office ng sports. And then as someone na mahilig sa sports, naglakas loob ako magsabi during the interview na gusto ko maging writer sa sports. And then sabi sa akin ng OIC din na kung magiging writer ka sa sports, dapat maging reporter ka na din. So I took the courage to be a reporter sa sports, and then the rest is history. I was able to cover various sports event. I was able to meet yung mga sports icons na dating pinapanood ko lang sa TV. Kaya malaki ang pasalamat ko sa PTV for this opportunity to be a sports reporter.
Join us for your nightly news fix. And always staying informed with our comprehensive coverage of news, business, politics, current events, and more. From our network of journalists across the Philippines and the rest of the world. Anchored by William Theo, Charms Espina, and Monique Tuzon. PTV News Tonight. Mondays to Fridays, 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. Only here on PTV.
Sabi nila, we are under cyber attack right now. At ang mga tinatarget pa man din ay mga government agencies. Gaano kalaking hamon ito ngayon, sa inyo?
Well, that threat is pervasive, and it's actually happening all over the world. So when we're monitoring, talagang may increase cyber attacks and cyber criminal activities worldwide. At it's not just happening in the Philippines.
Yes.
Among our ASEAN countries, one of the most targeted is Singapore. In fact, mas extensive yung mga damage in many of the other countries like Thailand. They recently also suffered a big cyber attack. No? It's worldwide, one, because of the increase in tensions all over the world. So you have conflicts coming out, Ukraine, Gaza, and then the tensions in many of the other areas. So those tensions create opportunities for threat actors to do what they can do online. At the same time, you have cyber criminal activities whose motivation is not political. Motivation is financial.
Yes.
So the cyber criminals now want to exploit the gullibility, the naivety of people in order to gain access to their financial resources. So manakaw yung mga e-wallets nila, mga online bank accounts nila, mga savings nila. What we're doing is we're coordinating with other cyber crime agencies all over the world to exchange notes, to exchange information on sino-sino yung mga operators dito. Dahil maraming mga operators are not located in country. They're borderless eh. So they operate from safe havens, and the information and collaboration that we're doing can help in pinpointing where the sources are and see how do we go after them.
Itong ransomware attack, ano na po yung latest dyan?
Well, for those who don't understand, no, ang ransomware attack is a type of malware where they take hostage of your data. So, ang nangyayari dyan, they embed the malware or a virus, then they lock up your database, your system. They lock up, and then you cannot access it unless you pay the ransom. Then
So,
they give you the key.
hino-hostage.
Oh, hostage. Then they give you the key once you pay so that you can open it. But sometimes what they do, they not only lock up, before they lock it up, they already extract your data, and then they keep it. So they either they lock it up or they say that, okay, you still have access, pero we get hold of all your data and we will release it to the public if you don't pay the ransom. So that's the ransomware. And many of the ransomware are done already as a business, as an enterprise. They offer this ransomware to any criminal organization that wants to utilize them in order to conduct their hijacking and ransom activities. But again, international cooperation and collaboration is very important. One of the biggest ransomware syndicates, Lockbit, was just shut down. Yung sa PhilHealth, ang ransomware na ginamit doon is Medusa. Both Lockbit and Medusa ransomware, nagtatago sila sa Russia. So they're operating inside Russia's borders.
So, na-leak po ba yung ating data sa PhilHealth? Ano pong nangyari doon?
Hindi natin binayaran ng ransom.
Okay.
So, dahil hindi natin binayaran ng ransom, meron daw silang inilabas na data. But based on our investigation, hindi nila napasok yung main server at hindi nila napasok yung main database. So what they have are only bits and pieces of information that were downloaded in the workstations ng PhilHealth, not in the main system. Not in the main system. So dahil dyan, medyo limited, no? So kung makita mo, meron silang mga nire-release, pero hindi buo. Kumbaga, retail.
Mga haging lang.
Retail. So the damage is not really that significant.
Okay. Gaano ka-importante na napapalakas natin ang cyber borders, no? Yung mga tinatawag natin, hindi lang physical borders ng bansa, pero yung sa internet, yung they're able to actually penetrate government agencies.
The reason na yung nakikita yung target yung government agencies is only for the shame, not much on the how much they can generate, no, in terms of profit. So talagang gusto lang pahiyain or gustong mag-create lang ng adverse publicity, no, with respect to those government agencies.
So is the DICT helping government agencies to make their cybersecurity stronger?
Yun ang challenge namin, no? Because we can only help those who are willing to help themselves. So kung may problema, we volunteer to help.
What about advancing ito nga po, yung digital literacy and also helping the public build their own cyber securities?
Well, definitely we need to do a lot in terms of education.
Yes.
We need to do a lot in terms of reskilling and retooling. That's the effort that we're concentrating on. Dahil, okay, we have a lot of computer programmers, we have a lot of database administrators, of network administrators, pero they're concentrating on their specialization. But now, their role should expand to securing those that they are doing. and that's where we are training them, and we're working with providers, we're working with content creators, content providers to provide the necessary skill sets and training and course materials in order to bring them up to par with respect to best practices.
So this is
in cybersecurity.
you're talking to mga educational institutions,
training institutes, working with government agencies that do the same thing, but at the same time also to the general public. Part and parcel, like when we go out, when we install our free Wi-Fi, we also do an orientation seminar already on how to practice cyber hygiene, how not to be fooled into giving up your credentials, your password, your PIN, to these fraudsters.
Yes. So this is all part of the
National Cybersecurity Plan.
Yes.
So that plan, in-approve na ni Presidente. So we're now working on the implementation of that plan.
Yung budget ninyo, 150 million pesos for ano lang po ito? Cybersecurity lang ba to?
Oo. Maliit.
Is that
napakaliit. Napakaliit. Actually, for the past few years, paliit ng paliit.
And you needed the confidential funds?
Badly. Very badly. Zero kang confidential funds namin. So how do we now go after these cyber criminals who hide behind many of these anonymity, no? If we do not have confidential funds. Yun lang yung let's say mga informants like they know of some cyber criminal activity going on and they want to come out and inform us, or we want to embed informants in those operations. Paano namin babayaran yung sweldo nila?
Yun.
Hindi naman namin pwedeng i-hire sila as government workers. They have to be anonymous. Papatayin sila eh. Once they reveal, these are billion dollar criminal activities. No?
Yes,
sindikato ito eh. Mga kalaban. Papatayin sila. So we need to hide their identities, but we need to pay them. Let's say if they're going to be embedded in those organizations, how do we conduct these covert activities without that? So sad, no? It's very sad. We are asked to fight a war, but our hands are tied.
Kung merong quick response teams para tugunan ng mga aksidente, mga sunog, meron din palang National Computer Emergency Response.
Yes.
Yes, ano po ito?
This is what we call the NCERT.
Okay.
So, kung nagkaroon ng insidente, we immediately deploy a team to go there and to analyze paano nangyari. Ano yung tinatawag nating vector na ginamit. Ano yung payload nung intrusion. So, paano sila nakapasok? Ano yung nakuhang data? Or ano yung inimplant na virus or malware? Anong itsura nun? Anong kayang gawin nun? Saan galing? Sino ang manufacturer or developer nun? At then we now have to compare that with all other countries. Meron rin ba kayong incident na ito ang ginamit? And then so the other inserts in the other countries na will tell us, dito sa itong bansang ito, nagamit rin yan. At so paano niyo nahanap yung culprit? Paano nyo nilutas yung problema? Then they share with us. Then we use those learnings, no? And the same thing.
It becomes easier.
Right. The same thing. Once na nakita na namin yun, nasa database natin, may mga ibang insert sa ibang bansa, tatanong rin, tinamaan kami nito. Sasabihin ng Pilipinas, nangyari niyan sa amin last year.
So may sharing.
Oo. So, ganung coordination.
Okay.
That's what the insert is all about. But at the same time, from all the learnings we share, then we are able to do more preemptive and proactive steps. Okay, ito yung vulnerability na ini-exploit nitong mga malware, itong mga attacks. So we find ways and tools to plug or to secure those vulnerabilities. AI is here. And it is a game changer. It's very disruptive, no? So we really have to be ready.
Disaster Watch. Paghahanda bago ang lindol. Alamin ang mga maaaring magdulot ng pinsala sa inyong lugar. Maging pamilyar sa mga sumusunod. Fire extinguishers, medical kit, exit routes, evacuation plan. Siguraduhing matibay ang bahay at paayos ang mga sirang bahagi nito. Ayusin ang pag-iimbak ng mga nakalalasong kemikal at mga bagay na maaaring maging sanhi ng sunog. Siguraduhing ligtas ang pagkakalagay ng mga mabibigat na bagay. Ihanda ang go bag na naglalaman ng mga kinakailangan. Makipag-ugnayan sa mga lider para sa plano sa paglikas. Pag-usapan din sa pamilya kung saan tutungo sa oras ng kailangan lumikas. Makilahok sa mga pagsasanay ukol sa lindol. Sa panahon ng sakuna, dapat laging listo. PTV Consumer Watch, bantay presyo sa gasolina.
Ngayon, pag-usapan natin, Secretary Uy, ito pong artificial intelligence. Dapat pa tayo matakot dito, lalo na yung mga skilled workers na baka nare-replace na?
AI is here and it is a game changer. It's very disruptive, no? So it will definitely change the landscape of many industries. At we have no choice. We really have to be ready for it. And yan ang one of the objectives that what we're doing now is we're educating the right segments of our population in terms of handling AI. Jobs will not be replaced by AI. The workers will not be replaced by AI. The workers will be replaced by other workers who know how to use AI. So, importante is matrain ang mga tao natin how to utilize AI. AI is a double-edged sword. It's just like fire. It can be used for good. It can also result in evil. And so, we need to harness the good potential of AI to our advantage. But we need to be constantly aware of its dangers also and prepare for those dangers.
Ang isang sektor na medyo kinakabahan dito po sa AI ay yung pong business process outsourcing industry natin, ano? Because they fear that maybe AI might replace our teleagents who are in charge of billing. Maybe, I don't know, if they can handle complaints kung kaya ng AI yon. Pero yung mga ibang bagay na pwedeng like research and stuff, paano po yun?
That's why. So we need to train our people now into the higher value and higher level. So what AI can do, the people who used to do those jobs should now be trained into a higher level. Understanding, let's say, how to use AI to do analytics, predictions, more creative work, and utilize that technology and leverage that technology. Dapat makabahan yung mga taong ayaw ng mag-improve at ayaw ng matuto. There's still so much more down there that we cannot even imagine today what will the changes be in terms of the digital landscape with AI. And we're only talking about AI now with regular computers. Once we bring in quantum computing, that's going to be on a completely different level. It's good because the Philippines actually is one of the countries in the forefront of AI. During our meeting, there was an AI safety summit in Bletchley Park in UK. Last November. And that's where I met with Elon at that time. It was a discussion on AI safety. And there were only 27 countries that were there. Out of 190 countries in the world, 27 countries, and the Philippines is one of them. Selected to be part of that 27 countries who will help navigate AI policy, AI guidance on how do we guide AI to be a safe and trustworthy tool and to mitigate whatever dangers or whatever risks that AI will pose.
Sa tingin ninyo, mga ilang porsyento na kaya ang nakakamit ninyo sa mga nais nyong magawa pa dito sa departamento?
Usap-usapan namin ni Presidente, we only have 6 years to do so much, and I think I'd say maybe 25-30%. This is one of the priority projects of the President, and this is one of the rare opportunities of the Philippines where we have the President who understands the power of digitalization and the power of how technology can transform the lives of people to bring about economic development and be a powerhouse in the world. I mean, it's only just now, today, that the Philippines is being recognized as a country that has been able to harness digitalization in enabling better governance, better public service, and enhance or bridge that digital divide. At whenever we're asked to speak in international forum, World Bank, ITU, they all recognize the Philippines today as a country that has become the exemplar, the model for other developing countries to follow on how we are utilizing digitalization in empowering our people and in developing our economy.
And finally, your message po to our people?
Ang mensahe ko po is ang DICT po ay naririto upang maipadala sa inyo ang mga benepisyo ng information and communications technology. So we are here to provide the connectivity. We are here to transform government service in order to be more accessible, a government that doesn't sleep, a government that's accessible 24/7, a government that is efficient, and a government that works together. And at the same time, we envision a country where we are all digitally adept in dealing with the new challenges of our times, with the development of these new technologies like artificial intelligence. Hindi po nahuhuli ang Pilipinas. Tayo po ay isa sa mga nangunguna sa buong mundo na ma-explore at magamit itong bagong teknolohiya upang ma-empower ang ating mga mamamayan na gamitin itong mga teknolohiya to develop our economic efforts. At the same time, mag-ingat rin po tayo dahil ang teknolohiya po maaaring gamitin sa mabuting paraan at mayroon ring gagamit niyan sa masamang layunin. At yan ang nakikita natin sa pagtaas ng mga cyber criminal activities, mga phishing, mga identity theft. So dapat maging alerto po tayo, huwag basta-basta maniwala sa mga temptation, biglang yaman, na may gantimpala, na mananalo kayo ng lalaking premyo o sweldo, maging alert doon sa mga schemes na yan. So ito po ay layunin natin na maiangat ang Pilipinas sa buong mundo na maging isang digital powerhouse with a digitally empowered population that are attuned to all the new technologies, which we will be more than willing to share and to teach and to develop all the courseware. Our objective is to reach the aspirations that all of us have, which is a progressive and competitive, empowered bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Secretary Uy, for joining us tonight. Marami po kaming natutunan at malaki ang hamon para sa ating lahat. Thank you so much po.
Salamat, Angelique.
Seguridad at kaligtasan ng bawat Pilipino ang pangunahing prioridad ng Department of Information and Communications Technology at mahusay na naipapaabot ang mga serbisyo ng gobyerno sa mga mamamayan. A government that practices accountability and excellence, both innovative and globally competitive. Isang bansang maunlad sa mundo ng digitalisasyon. A digitally empowered Philippines. At yan ang tunay na mukha sa likod ng mga balita at mga isyong pinag-uusapan. Matapang na humaharap at nagpapakilala. Ako po si Angelique Lazo at ito ang In Person.